Good morning, Nate.
Good morning, good doctor.
I've got a few questions I would love to ask you today. I'm curious to hear your answers to these. You ready?
Do I have a choice? Yes.
No,
Go ahead.
no choices. No choices here. So the first thing I want you to share with me is just what inspired you to get started in this journey that you're on with helping parents. What inspired you?
All roads begin and end with Naeem. That's where it started. The 16-year-old who told me as he was preparing to leave to Brazil, and I was crying in the car like a big baby because he was departing and much sooner than I expected. He said to me, "Dad, do you have any dreams?" And I was like, "No, man, my dream was to see you have a great life, and now you are about to embark on something I didn't ever anticipate." He said, "Well, it's time for you to dream. It's not too late. You still have time. You can do more." And then I looked at him like he was crazy and said, "What more are you talking about?" And he said, "Start sharing with other families all the things you've done for me." So that, in a sense, is in the essence is how and why I got started.
So now that Naeem got you started, how do you do this? How do you help parents do what it is that you were able to gift your son with?
The first thing I ask any parent is just to ask them what their hopes and dreams are for their children. Because my experience is that a lot of parents are like I was, which is that a person who was kind of going through the motion, making sure your children had everything, going to work every day or running a business and just sort of going along and not really giving any thought to what you were doing. And so the first question I ask parents is, what are your hopes and dreams for your children? And that's where we begin. That's where I start.
Okay. And so then when parents get stuck, or even when you got stuck, what happens when you don't understand the process? Like, what do you do? How do you think about that? How do you help others?
Well, fortunately, now people have me and all of the faults and failures that I've had over the past 30 years to ask and to get the resources that I know that'll work so you don't have to do it yourself. How do you get stuck? Unstuck is your question. I think you get unstuck by figuring out where it is you want to be in the end. So, you've heard me ask these questions. If the world were perfect, then what? And I ask that question because I want to remove all the obstacles that we put in the way that really don't have to exist. And then second question is, I borrow from Barbie, is I ask people, what am I made for? Ask them to ask themselves that. So those two questions give us some direction so we can create a North Star and help people get to where they want to go.
So what holds people back? What keeps others from moving forward in that way?
Science says we only born with two fears. So I think that those are the two things I'd like to focus on, which is that we have a fear of loud sounds or not being heard, and we have a fear of falling. And so I think most people's fears are tied up in those two fears. We have a fear that we're going to do something and maybe people are not going to understand it, or maybe we're going to laugh at us, or they're going to make some loud sound that embarrasses us. And we have a fear of falling or failing. And so when you get over that and you realize that failure is part of the process, that you can't have success without knowing failure, then you can start to move forward. And I think about those things.
Are there other things that you think hold people back?
Yeah, I think people think that, for example, that getting your child to a great college or university, one, is something that you need great wealth and privilege to do. I think they also think you need to hire really pricey educational consultants or be involved in something like the Varsity Blues scandal. You don't have to do any of that. Or they think that, certain children, because of the color of their skin or their gender or their sexual orientation or whatever, won't have the same opportunities. None of that is true. If you have a process like the one we're going to share, anything is possible.
All right, Nate. So people are listening. What should they do next?
They should take the link that you're going to share and sign up for the free free event on November 11th at noon Eastern time, at 9 a.m. Pacific time. to learn some of the things you want to share that I've learned along the way to help families get their kids to great schools and do so for free. And if I might say this, Robin, you know it, Naeem has had education valued at easily more than $2 million, and we've not paid any of that. And he had probably more than 17 to 18 million dollars in real scholarship money made available to him. And so if he can do it, if I can do it, we can do it. Anybody can do it.
And Nate, rumor has it that while you're offering really insightful things for free, that if people are interested, there's a VIP thing, and you know how people love being in the VIP room. So what's the opportunity for the VIPs of the parenting world?
Well, we will not be making it rain or popping bottles. I promise you that.
No, I know that. And it's virtual anyway.
But we will share some additional things that we're not going to be able to share in the general session, and it'll also be an opportunity if people have questions to get some of the questions asked.
And that price for VIP, like I don't know anywhere else you can go and get VIP for what the opportunity.
It's just $47. Yeah.
$47. Yeah. Not even $50. $47. Okay.
$47. Yep. You could probably can't go to McDonald's for a family for $47. So no. I don't know. I don't eat at McDonald's, but if I did, I would imagine it'd be pretty close to that cost.
Yeah, I think you're about right. So, all right. So people should follow the link. They should sign up. I highly encourage. See, I have insider information. I know the value of this, that what will happen in the VIP session. So I encourage folks to go ahead and skip a few Starbucks drinks and sign up for the VIP session in advance.
Well worth it. We're going to give some things we're going to hand out, et cetera, that ordinarily we charge for, but those things are going to be free.
All right. That's all my questions, Nate. See, that was painless.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
That's your opinion of pain, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you, good doctor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Love you later.
Bye.
Peace.